Greetings, everyone. How you guys doing? This is a big week. I'm also trying to switch up the flow and see if this will work a little bit cooler and whatever. I hope everyone can give me at least a comment and tell me how it is. But yeah, we got a big week this week. We're going to talk about the PlayStation UI and what is going to be the future state of the DC Comics. And we'll get into it more when we get on the other side of the Cousin Cecil Show. I hope you liked it. I think it'd be kind of cool doing this way now. But yeah, how you guys doing? It's Mike Fowler, aka Cousin Cecil, like we said at the beginning. Welcome back. And yeah, we got a pretty big week, and I kind of wanted to see if we can go into it, kind of go in smooth, and by going, what did I play this week before we get into the news? And I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I played that much. I played a little bit more of the Genshin Impact, and that is a really fun game. I hope everyone who has seen other influencers or YouTube give it a try. It doesn't hurt. It's free to play, and it's probably one of the best free to plays I've played. And it does have some, I'm starting to get that bug of like maybe if I put a little bit of money in, but I have not put any money in because of all the in-game currency I have received. I've been able to break it down into the currency so you can do like those rolls and try to get new characters or weapons off the money part of it. But yeah, and then what was another thing I did? Oh yeah, I also did a quick couple matches on Fall Guys Season 2, and I have to say the biggest surprise, because I've seen the videos of some of the newer things, was the one game mode that is jump through hoops to qualify. And you can get maybe 17 people to qualify, but you have to jump through 6 hoops, or if you find a goal one, that's 5. But that was by the most highest anxiety-driven one that I had. But I can more comment that, and also I had some trouble with the Slime Survivor playlist, but then it started working out. I understood what's going on, which the Slime Survivor new playlist for it is just all the mini games are ones that if you fall, you're out, no matter what. But yeah. And also I did a little bit more Final Fantasy 15. Not enough to even say, oh yeah, I did more of the story. I also looked up videos of what happened to this game, and now I kind of understand what's going on. Of not the story, but the whole, when it was Final Fantasy 13 verses and all that stuff. But yeah, and also more for here's a little dash of life. I obviously yesterday was Sweetest Day, and obviously just more saying happy. Another belated Sweetest Day to my fiance, Jess. She wanted just to do things at the house, like home improvement, so we actually painted my stepson's bedroom because we just moved into this house, and I helped, and then it turned out I had to become she's one of those she'd rather do it because she knows there's no critiquing. So then I ended up helping, but also at the same time I was more babysitting for our son. But yeah, and then also the reason I brought that up is because she got me a little bit of cash so I can go pre-order some stuff with my PS5 and stuff. I went to GameStop, and this is why I cannot switch to digital only. But went to GameStop, and before that, I'm a really big person of looking into advertisements, and I didn't know, but GameStop's doing now basically without me ever using Best Buy. But they're doing Best Buy vouchers in the sense called game coins. And so if you buy or pre-order a new game, and I'm also going to go by the guidelines that I know about Cyberpunk, because I ended up pre-ordering Cyberpunk. But if you pre-order a game and you pay it all off in full before the release date, and you pick it up on release week, you'll get a voucher for the Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, and he said other ones, I just can't remember offhand. Those ones will receive $10 vouchers for, next time. Cyberpunk 2077 and Watchdog Legion are both ones that got a bump. So I'm going to get $20 back from Cyberpunk 2077 because I just paid it off in full, and it comes out November 19th, like everyone found out with the last Night City Wire episode and Watchdog Legion. If you're interested in that game, I take it what you want about GameStop, but if you go up there right now, pay it in full, and October 28th, you can pick it up and you'll at least get $20 back. So you just got a PS4 cross-gen upgrade PS5 game, or the Xbox for $40 instead of $60. So just things to look out to for future sense. But that's basically what's been my week. And then we'll get into some of the smaller news before we get into the big potatoes. Apparently, Rockstar Games bought Ruffian Studios. And Ruffian Studios is apparently the ones who developed Crackdown 2. They acquired them, and now they're under the umbrella of Rockstar Dundee. I don't know what that means in the sense of like the future-wise. I just know that I don't even know. But just another team that does open world, but with destructive environments might be able to benefit them. I'm not sure exactly. The future will tell us what's going on with that. But hey, and then some three sad news after looking at the little script. Crucible, the Amazon's first game that they created, and not like that, but like, you know, if you know Married to the Games, Gabe Patillo was a voice actor for it. They're closing down the game, and it's gonna be it dies, and you can get refunds right now if you just bought it, but it goes out into the pasture in November, and they'll just stop the whole thing. Sucks if people liked it, but also at the same time it's only PC, so I don't know. And then coming off of that Tokyo Game Show episode I did, Level 5, the creators the developers of Dark Cloud, Ni no Kuni, they just shut down their American studios. So, oh fuck. I hope they go in-house for Japanese and localize American titles still. I hope they don't throw us out to the side. But I don't know why they closed it down. Maybe it involves... I'm not 100% sure, because I was assuming everybody lives here. That sucks, because I was looking forward to whatever Level 5 brings up to us, because they're a really good JRPG studio. But again... nothing saying it's not going to come, but I hope they at least get the localizations in-house, and maybe then it'll be more easier for us. And the last sad one was the Indivisible studio. I can't remember off the hand, but Indivisible is a game that was published by 505 Games for physical, but it was a game that was off of Kickstarter. And I actually have it. It's also on Game Pass right now. It's a pretty decent game. It's a really good game. But the studio stopped all work and content and quit the studio, all the workers, because of the alleged sexual harassment of the past of the co-founder of the studio. So this also halts the idea of, I'm just saying something that I thought maybe it has not happened, but one of the Kickstarter promises was like a Switch physical copy. To my knowledge, I don't think there is a Switch physical copy, and this one obviously stops it, which sucks for pledgers of that game like that. But it is physical on Xbox and PS4, just so people know, but it is on digital, so it's not like it's gone forever. But I would look into the studio name, which I can't remember, and if you like that art style and stuff, which is a beautiful art style, follow the creators that are under that studio guy's name, like the guys who quit. They're going to go to somewhere. They're going to do really good things if you want to support them for their decision on leaving over the sexual harassment stuff. I'm not exactly sure also like what level of sexual harassment, but yeah, it must be bad enough to if the team says screw you. And yeah, 4 quick mashup games news. So these are going to be like quick things that are like they're before. Okay, I'll make it just easier. By the time you heard this, Fall Guys added a Sonic skin to the game. So it cost basically 10 crowns for top and bottom of the costume. So I thought it was kind of cool that Fall Guys and Sonic collabed. And apparently Phantasy Star Online 2 is going to have a Nier Automata crossover expansion little pack. That's a game on Xbox side that they obviously acquired from, well, not acquired, but they have exclusive gameplay for Xbox. But yeah, they're going to have Nier Automata pack. And then Smite has added TMNT skin and game battle pass to the game, which is Smite's Smite's on all systems, but I thought it looked good because the trailer made it look cool. You can get any of the turtles. They also have retro style skins for them, and the whole battle pass. And Smite is also from High Red Studios, which is the ones who do Paladins and Rogue Company, but they look pretty good. And the final one was Brawlhalla has apparently a Walking Dead characters coming to the fighting game. Brawlhalla is like that, I don't want to call it, well, it's a knockoff 2D Smash Brothers. So from the video you see that Rick, Michonne, Daryl, they're all going to be added into the roster. So that's pretty neat if you are a Brawlhalla fan. But I thought it was kind of cool that all four of these little mashups came together and story like press releases all this week. And then real quick, Octopath Traveler is having a prequel game coming to mobile. So take that with a grain of salt about mobile games, but I'm assuming it's going to be on Android and iPhone, and I'm not 100% sure if it's coming to the US, but if it was on US news, I'm assuming so. But alright, that is going, oh yeah, nope, we got even a couple more before we get into those things. PlayStation 4 had an update this week to 8.0, and there was some turmoil about party chat, which we'll get into later. But long story short, they fixed that when I put this news on. But 8.0 makes you so that your party chat can be recorded from a PS5. But at the same time, they edited the reverb of how to talk about it is because basically PS5 can do vocal reports. So if you're a bad person, just like Xbox, you can get your voice recorded and they can send it to send it to Sony for this conversation, and it'll be only a 40-second clip, 30 seconds of the conflict and 10 seconds of both sides of the conversation, beginning and after. But yeah, so just like Xbox, it sounds like the PlayStation is going to get, what is it called? I don't want to call it parental guide, like a security feature, and it kind of umbrellas down to the PlayStation 4 in the sense of if you're going to be a bad person, you're saying slurs and stuff, just be smart. We're all people. You don't be trying to be the most devious person on the internet like you do on Twitter, that's a kind of joke with truth right there. And also real quick, because there's more into that now, but GameStop and Microsoft business collaboration is happening and is deeper than just Microsoft software for distribution library systems. There's also, which I'm going to get into the end, but it also boosts up the incentives for if you go to GameStop. You're probably going to hear a lot more leaning towards, oh yeah, you should buy an Xbox Series X. Yeah, you should buy a Series S over like a PlayStation 5. And people in the internet that I listen to, they're like, oh yeah, expected in a couple, like maybe within the month, you'll hear that PlayStation also has made an incentive contract with GameStop, probably to level up the playing field. But until then, this is the only one that's set in stone. So Sony one might happen, but it's not permanent like this one. Xbox is also collab with them, so they're incenting for systems, and they also are incenting on helping, basically, which you can see it right now. You can also go buy digital games through GameStop for Xbox Series or Xbox over PlayStation at the moment, because right now you can pre-order, you can pre-order some games digitally only on Xbox compared to other systems right now on GameStop. I mean, it is what it is. It's business. It might help boom them. I think also if people sit down and listen to what game coins are, it kind of levels them out into Best Buy, besides the idea of Best Buy might have, I don't even know, yeah, I guess so. They have more rewards in the sense of you can use it for laptops and stuff. So I guess I understand that part about why would I go to GameStop? But I hope this keeps GameStop up. I like GameStop. And then, okay, yeah. One more thing before we get into the big ones. There was more Valhalla in-depth looks coming around because this is like the final preview week, and they also announced they just went gold. So good on the studios. But one thing I saw was the protagonist Ivor. He or she looks way better. Like there's actually some facial features that look way better than the first time we saw it during that Xbox lackluster showing. Then also apparently the missions are broken into 2 or 3 hour stories. Then you go back to your homeland and collect another mission. So it sounds like they're trying to take into the idea of like the show Vikings, where like it was a crew and they go out in the show, and they do it in a way like, okay, it might be 2 episodes, but it was like 6 or 7, 8 months in England, and then they finally return. But so I'm not, and then they sound like it's RPG, but it doesn't sound so open world RPG like the previous, like how Odyssey was. Like Odyssey, you had there's an open map. You said good luck. But this one sounds a little bit more contained. So it sounds interesting to me, but we got to see more. I'm going to see more. It's probably going to be a pickup next year, like when it gets discounted for me. But also number 4, you can change sex of Ivor anytime. And there's also apparently a term if you don't want to choose either male or female right at the get-go. You can also have it so that the Animus will change your sex anytime. It's called Let the Animus Choose. So one person I heard says basically maybe one cut scene, you're the girl, and then that you go through that whole mission, and then maybe the next mission the Animus will switch you over to the boy. So that might sound a little jarring of like, whoa, I'm used to this character's face now. But yeah, you can choose it anytime you want because it's part of the story too. The mystery is like, why is Ivor be able to be boy or girl? But yeah, that comes out November 10th. Very excited. And like I said, that's a $10. You can get $10 back at GameStop. But all right, let's get into the more important thing. Get off that Xbox shit. The PlayStation UI. Oh my God. It was finally revealed. And right off the get-go, we'll just break down the whole video how it went. The video opened up and it showed the screen that had the PlayStation button, says press PlayStation button, which we saw since the first couple state of plays when they first revealed the PS5. I think even before, we saw it before the system. It was like that grayish black with like the golden sparkles. And then this time they finally hit the button and it takes you to the who's playing. And they had a fake person, the Scotty Kenzo, and they finally booted it up, and it jumps right into like a snap right into Sackboy Adventure. And apparently it looks like to me, they basically remember if you hold the PlayStation button down on a PS4 game, you get that side system bar of like, hey, what do you want to do? You want to do it like that? Go down to power, you want to play with your Spotify, or even look at your friends list and stuff. They basically put it on the bottom, and it's a lot more cleaner because it's just little icons. And they also have these new things. Well, they're not new, but they are setting them up in these cards. So these cards will also have different things. Like there's also like a suggestion card, a help card. The help card was highlighted, and the idea of for PlayStation Plus active members, you can also on certain games, most likely just first party, unless third parties look into this and say, hey, this is kind of cool, but you can get some help with the levels you're on. You also get like these times of like, yeah, you're about like 10 minutes away from finishing this task. So, and also I think the task or the timing might switch up for how you play. They make it sound like, which is very neat. And also, the way they showed it was like a very simple way. They had Sackboy right there, and they had you need help finding the one missing piece of the monk costume you missed. Okay, you can watch a little video that they made for the system and watch where you have to put take the Sackboy and get it, which is very neat. And like I said, it'd be way cooler if other developers get it. First party will do it all the time, but that'd be really cool even for the Assassin's Creed. Like you say, hey, I'm looking for, there's supposed to be, I don't know if there's a thing, but hey, is there like a collectible right here? Let me look at my little suggestions. It says, yep, you want help with that one? Here it goes. That'd be kind of cool. And then also he started walking through the gameplay of Sackboy, and you can very fluid. Like, it didn't show that much tasks to do it, but a little icon goes up, hey, your friends join a party chat. Do you want to join? And you just hit the button. Yep, you're already in. No leaving the game. A lot of things that stopped the gameplay has been put into this thing. The way I look at it was, I wonder, it'd be some things like if you're streaming, it'd be definitely one of those things that would have stopped the stream in PS4. I wonder if this will keep the door open so you can keep streaming while you're fiddling with the menus. And then they also showed this new thing of a revamped version of an old thing. You can watch had a friend share his screen with you. It wasn't like that game share version of like, you have a controller and then you guys back and forth. But if you are doing a party chat, someone shares a screen, you can pin it to your screen while you play, so you can have like in the top right corner, you can watch your buddy while you play at the same time, and that is really cool. I don't even get that much party chat right now, but the idea of just having that next step into connecting with your friends like that, that's really cool. And you can also pin it in the way of a Xbox Snap video or side video. So you can either put it right over your picture, or you can put it to the side and squish your picture. But yeah, it looked really cool. And one thing before we get that farther into it, that's why some PlayStation fans think that we're being teased for like Killzone, because the icon for that Scotty username was the Killzone logo. Because also with the PlayStation 4 update 8.0, it gave us maybe like 25, maybe 30 more new avatars. So in my head, I'm like, if you just did an update, you knew you were going to have one, why didn't you use some of the newer icons to kind of highlight them? Which I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I mean, it would be cool. That's how they tease that Killzone's going to come. But also at the same time, the other icons that we saw was Sly Cooper, which would be, again, cool. But the other one was the Rubber Ducky from Super Rubber Ducky, like one of the original PS3 downloadable games. So I don't know about that. But then they also showed how fast and fluid you can join a different game. Again, this is for the digital games, because of how I'm going to say. He says, it looks like my friends started a game of Destruction All-Stars, which is that new like derby game of like a card crash derby. But yeah, they said, you want to join? It had a joinable card pop up. Yep, join your friends. And I kid you not, it jumped from Sackboy over to at least where you can start, hitting the X and start getting into the menus. It took about 8 seconds. The SSDs at both systems, but this one, like for my conversation I'm doing right now, this thing is fast. And there's also rumors that the PlayStation 5 does have kind of a quick resume like Xbox. And that'd be really crazy. Like quick resume for people that don't know, is basically the Xbox. I'll say the Xbox one because that one's set in stone fact. Basically, they made save states for wherever you play up to, and you can have it on the memory of up to, I want to say it's up to 12 games of old gen stuff. And then I'm assuming the newer games for Series X that are not cross gen, I think those ones will be maybe lower, because obviously that's a lot more memory to hold on to. But you can have that thing be on standby. Or I think I also heard cold boot for Xbox. You can go right to that save state, no problem. It remembers it even though it's off. Some things because people want to praise it. I don't think the quick resume is going to work on always online games. So Destiny 2, you're just going to quick resume you're disconnected from the server. So whatever. And also, like we saw this week, Godfall is an always online game, even though you can play single player shit, blah, blah, blah. Back to the UI. So they jumped over to All-Star Destruction, and they didn't play a game. I wish they did, because I actually want to buy it. But they showed you can take a screenshot right then and there without, like, it's in the new bar of like the in-game bar that I was talking about, like the system bar. And they also announced that you can take photos, video clips, all in 4K, which is awesome, because I'm a big person into that share button. So I'm really excited to hear more. Today was the UI. I'm hoping that we get a video even next week for even like the create button. We'll see some cool things what you can do with the create button, because I have a feeling we'll be able to A, stream at a higher rate, and then B, I think we could literally do like a way more improved share factory of like with the recordings of your video, of even voices, because there might be even a good and bad version. Like there might be even a positive to this audio recording, because some of the funniest clips I watch on like Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook are ones of like the friends at the party chat joking while they're just playing a little shooter game. So I'm just saying I hope they look into that. That'd be really cool. But then after they showed the photo mode, they're like, all right, here it is. And they showed the new home screen for the PS5, and it looks really clean. I like also that it's basically like the next evolution. It's not like they didn't try to do anything really new, which is good in the sense of it's a good evolution. They made each of the icons smaller. The icons are not the highlighted part of the game of the screen. It's up in the left corner. So like how the PS4 is now with the cross media bar, there's still one, but then compared to the PS4, it seems like you can go over to like Destruction All-Stars like they showed. And right now you can, on the PS4, if you go over that icon, you can press down and it kind of opens up like a very slow and wonky additional information. This one is a lot smoother. It shows also all your tasks you got to do for the game. It shows not social media, but it shows news from the studios. It's a lot more fluid. What is obviously was known. It was supposed to happen. It's a new generation. But it looked really good, and one of the bigger highlights I saw was the PlayStation Store is an icon, and it's already in the system, in the sense of the PS4, you hit the button and you load into a new app. This one you go to the left and you're already in the store on your home screen. Some of the things that weren't highlighted during this certain 11-minute video were like the trophy section. They showed like through a tab, like during the Sackboy spot, like it shows, Sackboy has like 47 trophies, Destruction All-Stars has 27, but it does not show like the section of like when you go up on a PS4 and it has another little bar and it has the trophy icon. It didn't show that. And then also, which is one thing you see when you watch the home screen, on the top you can also flick to a whole nother home screen that is just your media. So I think that I hope that they make it not so cluttery by doing that, but also we'll see in a couple years if it's going to still look this clean on the PS5. Also, one more thing, just to more say it out there. I'm not going haha or nothing, but apparently the PS5 UI is at 4K and the Xbox Series X is currently at 1080p. That information about the 1080p is from Digital Foundry, confirmed it. The guy brought it up again. He said, that's what they told us in March, and it seems like that's what it's sticking to at the moment. Of course, everything can be patched in, but I just wanted to just say it. But yeah, it looked really good. And then if anyone hears this right now, could someone please tweet me at Mike593, and I want to know if this is true or not, because I'm not going to go looking that far, but is it true that the Xbox Series X does not have ray tracing at launch? Please, at Mike593. I'm not trying to, because I want to talk about it, but I don't want to just talk about rumors. But yeah, that's basically all the gaming wise. And then, like I said, DC announced this new thing coming in January called DC Future State. It is going to be basically a couple mini series coming out, and it comes from the final chapters of Dark Knight Death Metal. And just so that an analogy of what happened, like I'm going to say, was when Metal happened, there was a multiple issue series that came out from the effects of Metal. Like after Metal, we got Damage, we got The Silencer, and I can't remember some of the other ones, but the Terrifics. Like they became new comic series, and they kept on going for a little bit. But the DC Future State is after Death Metal. Basically, we might be seeing the future of the DC universe, and involves like even new characters taking the mantle of Batman and Wonder Woman, and there also might be a new Superman. I'm going to tell you more right now, but I'm just going to go through the little section and explain, off the get-go. The Batman family. We're going to talk about their section of the future state. In this future, Gotham City is controlled by the Magistrat. This villainous regime has taken control of the city, and now under constant surveillance, all mass vigilantes have been outlawed, and Batman has been killed. Period. But led by an all-new Batman and the new assembly of Gotham's Guardians rise to give hope to all those who lost it. And they show a little list of oversized comics. There are going to be the Future State story that I just said is going to be called The Next Batman, and it's going to be issue 1-4. The Next Batman is also written by John Ridley. So I think this is also might be the thing that we're talking about of the Next Batman might be I think John Ridley's the guy who does 12 12 years a slave. So this might be that story we talked about earlier, that this was going to be the African American Batman. But I'm looking forward to it because I think the idea of a progression, like we're not just talking about white guys that have been talked about for 80 years. There's ways that we can push the generations in the world in the right place, in the sense of, instead of talking about the same 80 guys, you can have them in the shadows or dead, which I don't think he's dead, but we'll see. You can have them in the shadows, being like a older, like Batman Beyond style, but you don't have to be the Beyond storyline. But yeah, they're also inside those future state next Batmans, you're going to see stories from the Outsiders, Arkham Knights, Batgirls with an S, and then the Gotham City Sirens are going to be talked about inside those future state giant oversized comic. There's also going to be Future State Dark Detective issue 1 through 4. The Dark Detective story is by Mariko Tamaki and Dan Mora. And there will be stories from the Grifters and Red Hood in those oversized comics. And then there are going to be monthly miniseries. So these are going to be like the proper, like one issue is like the one story. But there's going to be a Future State Batman and Superman. There's going to be a Future State Catwoman. There's going to be a Future State Harley Quinn, Future State Nightwing, and Future State Robin Eternal. Which they all sound good. I'm going to be excited either way. But also, like for the Harley Quinn, if the one story oversized comics talk about Gotham City Sirens, it might be involving her, like that part of Harley Quinn, but we'll see. Now to the Superman family. Due to his involvement in an international crisis happening in the near future, Clark Kent has been rejected by Earth, causing him to focus his life-saving efforts outside of the adopted home. He travels to Warworld to rise through the ranks of gladiatorial combat in order to defeat Mongol with the help of some unlikely heroes. Back in Metropolis, Clark's son, John, has taken the mantle of Superman. After seeing the horrors that befell Gotham, he battles Metropolis in order to keep it safe, putting him at odds with Supergirl. Okay, that's the first time I ever read that paragraph. More than about the Battle World shit with the original Clark Kent. I'm like, ooh, that sounds really good. But connecting the two oversized Future State Superman titles, Shiloh Norman, the man who is known for Mr. Miracle, finds himself caught between the city he grew up in and the battle-torn planet that could be his downfall. Meanwhile, I'm just going to stop right there because the next part is about Wonder Woman. But the idea of the Future State Supermans is going to be, there will be issue 1 through 2, Superman of Metropolis. I'm assuming this is the story of John as Superman, taking the mantle and fighting Supergirl. But it'll be Superman Metropolis. There's going to be a storyline about the Guardian and Mr. Miracle inside these two giant issues. Future State Superman Worlds of War 1 through 4. So there are going to be 4 issues. You're going to hear the story of basically him in that battle world. So it sounds like Superman doing Planet Hulk, but it might be pretty good. There'll be a Midnighter story, Black Racer, and Mr. Miracle also is going to be inside those stories. So I think Mr. Miracle is going to be the one that connects both of them being so far away in, like, planetary wise. But all right, Wonder Woman. Meanwhile, in the Amazon rainforest, Yara Flor is chosen to be the new Wonder Woman. Years later, the new Superman and Wonder Woman join forces and saves their cities in a new superhero team up, the likes of which the world has never seen. So, John's going to get a girlfriend. So there's going to be Future State Wonder Woman, Immortal Wonder Woman. And I like the art. She looked pretty good. But Immortal Wonder Woman is going to be written by Becky Coolin, Michael W. Conrad, and Jen Bartel. And then there's going to be a story of Nubia inside those 2 issues of the Oversize. All right, now to the monthly miniseries of both Superman and Wonder Woman. But these are going to be, like I said, the single issue story of stuff. Future State House of L, like Kal-El. Future State Kara Zor-El, so Supergirl. Or Superwoman. Future State Legion of Superheroes, which Legion of Superheroes is even more future. So I don't even know if this is going to be present state for that storyline, but we'll see. Future State Superman and Wonder Woman. Future State Superman versus Imperious Lex. That's only going to be a 3-issue series, that one. And then Future State Wonder Woman. So, okay, that was good. Known. Now for a Justice League family of stories. A thread of great change runs through the Justice League heroes. A new league is built upon secret identities, even from each other. But an old and evolved enemy will use their secrets to try and overthrow the world. For the supernatural heroes of Justice League Dark, in a very fabric of reality has shifted, and the heroes are being hunted. Also, before I get that more further into it, like, okay, there's the pictures. Before you get into what I'm reading, if you looked at the pictures, you'd be like, oh my God, there's gonna be a Flash woman who's African American, but she also has two paraplegic legs. Those like I don't want to say it mean like the Cat Williams Ting Ting, like those metal spatula looking legs, but she has the Speed Force. But back to the little synopsis. For Flash, Shazam, and the Teen Titans, it all begins when the four riders of the apocalypse unleash hell in the battle at Titan Academy. Barry Allen is cut off from the Speed Force. A famine-controlled Wally West may be beyond saving, and Billy Bastion makes a deal with the devil and will change Shazam forever. Off-world. John Stewart and the remaining Green Lanterns are stranded in the shadows of the dead power battery. Jackson Hyde and Andy Curry are separated across the galaxy, and Amanda Waller executes her ultimate plan with a new but terrifying familiar Suicide Squad, Earth 3. Earth 3, if anyone doesn't know, that's the Earth of all the Batman, all the heroes are villains. So I think, is it the Injustice Society from that world? So, I'm reading it right now with you guys. So that's even more amazing. Because you see covers, but without me reading, because I wanted to read it here, I'm like, oh, why is Batman smiling weird on the Suicide Squad cover? But now I understand, because he's the villain from Earth 3. But at the end of time, Swamp Thing, because he's part of Justice League Dark, reveals its true intentions, ruling supreme until a remnant of humanity launches a rebellion. So this one's going to be like, if Swamp Thing says, screw it, I'm going to become the god. And Black Adam looks to his past as only way to save the future of the multiverse. So these are just ideas. Again, I'm going to tell you they're oversized comics too, but just so people grasp what I'm saying, I want all you, please tweet at me, but please go tweet at like DC Comics when these come out in January, start coming out in January. If you want change in your comics, especially for these big league ones, look into these. Order these ones. These will be the ones that will change the environment of the world, and you have to keep them. You got to keep going with them, because this is even better, because you're going to like this. But Future State oversized comics is Justice League 1 through 2, so it's only 2 issues, but Justice League by Joshua Williamson. He wrote the past whole Rebirth until just recently all Flash, and people loved the whole Flash comic of his art. And there's also going to be the Justice League Dark stuff inside both. So it's going to be, I actually like that idea that, okay, you want to hear the Justice League storyline and then also hear what's going on in the background magic wise. But all right, there's going to be a Future State Green Lantern oversized comic issue 1 through 2. You're going to see the Last Lantern storyline, Tales of the Green Lantern Corp, and that's it. Then the Future State Suicide Squad will have the Suicide Squad story with the Earth 3 villains. And then also that's where the Black Adam storyline is. Monthly miniseries. There's going to be a Future State Aquaman, Future State The Flash, Future State Teen Titans, Future State Shazam, and the Future State Swamp Thing. And when I say those names, that's not probably Barry Allen. That's probably going to be about those people that I'm saying. Like there's different character people. Even Aquaman, I'm pretty sure, is the black guy who used to be Aqualad from like Young Justice, but I could be wrong on if it's really the same guy. But yeah, if you guys could, please, if you're a DC fan, I think I've been this excited, but this is a really good idea. I hope that they get praise and people buy them. And then they keep continuing this idea, like, how cool would it be, like, Superman, like, one thing about Superman, like Clark Kent, is he's kind of stale in this way, but putting him on different planets where he doesn't have to worry probably about Earth might change his character in a good way. That'd be really sweet. And then having John, who sounds like he's a little bit more emotional. It might be, he ain't no crazy Superboy from the Superboy Prime, but I think this might be good. Again, this all starts in January, and I really hope, like I said, I really hope you guys, if you guys liked what we hear, like you heard, I know I probably hacked it up like usual, but the idea of just hearing that they are listening in the sense of, hey, we're going to do something crazy and we're going to do something about merging people of color into these storylines that they deserve to be. It sounds great. Everyone should look into it. You can pre-order some of these probably January. You'll probably be able to pre-order them next month, because usually I think Midtown Comics does it like maybe 2 months in advance. But you'll see them in the pre-orders will come up. Follow me on Twitter. I probably will retweet when these pre-orders start. But yeah, that was basically it for this week. Hot picks. Music. This one's a little off tangent, but it's called She Couldn't by Linkin Park. And the reason I said that is because probably last month, they kind of brought out an anniversary of Hybrid Theory, because I think it's been almost 20 years, maybe 20, maybe a little bit higher than 20 years, but yeah, there has a little bit more. That album come out in August, but the idea of they found snippets and demos and different versions of the Hybrid Theory album. That I forgot the gentleman's name, but the one singer who's still alive, Mike Shinoda. He's been, good on him, I guess, but also at the same time, like, I'm glad people are being able to find this for people who love Linkin Park. I used to, I still do, and seeing like the idea of still what Chester did before he killed himself, it's just something. This one single I'm talking about is She Couldn't. It's not that bad. It's pretty good. And then on for TV, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch that much TV this week of like TV shows. But I will highlight for a hot pick is there's this little podcast that just got a YouTube channel called the Xbox Drive. And with Sean Capri and with Ryan Turford. These guys don't need a plug, but I like to just give them a little plug. Just say, hey, they just started their YouTube channel, and they do a really good job. They do one called the Xbox Drive, like I said. And if you really want into Xbox, and I like their positivity, I like also just their mentality on everything of Xbox, or also just the gaming industry, period, I would check it out. Again, it's the Xbox Drive on YouTube. And then also... And for comics, I'm also going to say a couple more. For Marvel, Werewolf by Night comes out this week. Issue 1. Maybe you want to check it out. And also just more so people know there are more Alex Ross variants of different Marvel comics this week. And the ones I just saw looking for comics this week was he's going to have a Daredevil one, a Cyclops one. And they're all going to be beautiful and timeless, like I've been saying. Like, look for those Alex Ross timeless covers. But then also this week I also want you guys to look at the DC Metals Robin King 1. But yeah, if you guys could, please follow me on Twitter at MikeFowler93, at Cousin Cecil, CUZNCISEAL on Twitch. And I know for sure I'm going to work out the kinks. I am going to do... I'm definitely going to be streaming when the PS5 gets out more, but I have been dabbling, and I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try my best. We're going to really go into Twitch that good down that road. But I subscribe right now so you don't miss out. Also on Instagram at Cousin Cecil. And then also, yeah, subscribe to this podcast, leave leave a rating, and please give me a tweet out. I'm very into the Twitter. I'll talk to you, I'll reply, highlight you. It really helped me out, and we'll build a community together. But yeah, until next time, be good to each other. Peace.